Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.
The North Carolina Symphony plays to grown-up, music-savvy audiences all across the state, but it also plays for a group of people less than 5 feet tall who are just learning music. John Dancy takes us behind the scenes of the orchestra's education concerts for children.
Without preparation, there can be no music, only noise. That's why these music teachers were in the lobby of Raleigh's Memandy Hall on an August morning. They were getting ready to teach their students about concert music, specifically concert music played by the North Carolina Symphony. In this workshop, teachers teach other teachers techniques to use in their classes. For tens of thousands of North Carolinians, some now quite middle-aged, their knowledge and appreciation of classical music began with the orchestra's education concerts.
After I went to the symphony, it changed my life.
Resident conductor Maestro William Henry Curry praised the teacher's dedication.
You change lives. You are musical missionaries. You've got a great legacy. Your life has been a life worth living. And I couldn't be more proud to be associated with you. I love you.
The education concerts were born in the fertile brain of Maxine Swaleen, wife of the former music director of the orchestra, Ben Swaleen. Their statue here in Memandy Hall watched over this year's workshop to prepare teachers for the concerts. Together, the Swaleens built the North Carolina Symphony, beginning in 1939. A vital part of its growth was Maxine Swaleen's inspired idea for children's education concerts.
Who can tell me about John Henry really quickly before we listen to that great piece by Aaron Copland?
Kim Demery, music teacher at North Forest Pines Elementary School in Raleigh, is getting her fourth graders ready for their trip to the symphony.
John Henry was a little bitty boy.
Demery is a graduate of Northwestern University, and this is her third year at North Forest Pines.
Our carriage awaits us. We're glad that you are here, so welcome to our show. We are so glad that you could make it, so we'd like to say hello. As we're going through the process, the kids start here, and they're like, oh, the symphony? What is it? Is it anybody we know? Is it Hannah Montana? Is it, and they're kind of like standoffish. But once you make it personal and relevant to them, they're on board. Second verse, here we go. It would be a lot harder to teach about the symphony orchestra without actually coming to experience it.
Finally, the great day arrives. Many students are in their Sunday best for their trip to Memandy Hall, home of the symphony. Once there, they join hundreds of other students from other school districts, all headed for the concert, all prepared for what they'll hear. This is the first of 46 education concerts the orchestra will give this concert season. Music director Grant Llewellyn leads the orchestra for this first concert.
Well, good morning. I hope that woke you all up. Everybody alive and well out there? Well, welcome. I'm going to launch straight into this program this morning because we've got so much to get through. Not only are we going to introduce you to the whole of the North Carolina Symphony, every single section, but we're also going to try to piece together the elements of music.
Before this season is over, the North Carolina Symphony will have traveled 3,200 miles within North Carolina, playing education concerts like this one in 18 different halls from the mountains to the coast. That's greater than the distance from Raleigh to Vancouver, British Columbia.
The great thing about music, and for symphony orchestra music, is that when you combine them, different combinations, then they make so many more textures.
This year, more than 54,000 children will have had their first taste of live classical music. One of them is Lauren Hirsch, a fourth grader in Ms. Demery's class. Most of the students will never forget it.
Let's meet the brass section. And we'll start with the horns, because we've got 4 horns. Isn't that a beautiful instrument? In the middle of the brass section, we've got 2 trumpets. There are 3 trombones. They're wonderful. And then there's one other. Anybody know what the other one that I haven't mentioned is called? Tuba. Thank you. That's the tuba, or as you say, tuba. And if you put the brass section together, this is what they sound like.
The North Carolina Symphony is unique in the statewide education concerts it offers. One reason the state legislature gave the orchestra a $2 million matching grant last summer to continue the concerts. This in a year when most state agencies took steep cuts. Was it appreciated? Just ask some of the students from North Forest Pines Elementary.
I like the hall. It was beautiful. I've been here before, but it's still beautiful.
It was very fun and pretty. Like, the music was pretty.
Would you like to play in an orchestra like this?
Well, if my veterinarian job doesn't work out, then yes, I would.
Would you? Oh, so you're going to be a veterinarian, right?
Yeah.
How about being a veterinarian musician?
That'd be cool.
Some of these kids may actually grow up to play in the North Carolina Symphony. But the point of these concerts is to create a whole population of classical music fans. You see, being a veterinarian musician is okay, too.
The orchestra has been playing education concerts like this for 60 years, introducing more than 2 million children to classical music in the process, including this one.
Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.